Hey guys, what's up? This is Shukesh once again, and I just bought this all new iPhone XS Max which cost me 1,10,000 rupees, which is insane for a smartphone. In the US it's about $1,100, but in India you have to spend about 43% more thanks to the conversion rates and the taxes. Now on the right I have three of my favorite smartphones: OnePlus 6, Galaxy S9 Plus and Note 9. These phones have been my daily driver for at least a month each. Now let's try to understand, why is this new iPhone so pricey? Is it really justified? What's so special? Let's find out. First of all, you get the paperwork and the SIM card pin. There you go, the all new iPhone XS Max secured in a tray to minimize any accidental drop while opening the phone, and the phone is actually already turned on because I had to activate the device at the store. Now though I wanted the gold variant, it was out of stock, so I settled for silver, which also looks gorgeous, but I suggest you to go for the gold variant, which is the most premium looking I think among the three options. Now about the pricing, definitely the phone looks very costly, and of course you get the Apple branding at the back which adds to the price. We people love to show off the Apple logo at the back, so this is something you should be really considering while justifying the price of the phone. I mean, this sounds silly, but this is the truth. Nobody will pay this much for a smartphone having the same look and hardware unless it's an Apple. Now the power brick you get with this phone is the biggest joke. I mean, 5 volt 1 ampere. This is not 2010. The iPhone 10 does support fast charging. You have to pay extra for that, which is not cheap, and Apple says you can carry this in your pocket. That's why it's so small. I mean, it's a really bad excuse. They just want more money from you for the accessories. With the compatible fast charger, you can charge this smartphone having 3174 mAh battery to 50% in just 30 minutes. I will be using this 10-watt power adapter of my iPad for this iPhone XS Max. I will try to upload a comparison of the charging speeds, so stay tuned. The next thing you get is the Apple EarPods. As you know, there is no 3.5 headphone jack on your iPhone, and Apple of course does not include the converter free of cost. If you want to still use your old earphones, you have to spend more. Lastly, we get the lightning cable for charging as well as data syncing. There you go, the all new iPhone XS Max, and once again the phone looks gorgeous, especially this huge 6.5-inch true edge-to-edge display makes it the most beautiful display to look at. I will talk more about that later. Let's quickly remove this protective plastic, and I have to admit, the look and feel, the finish of this phone, the craftsmanship of Apple is top class, and I don't know why people are not talking about this, but there is no chin at the bottom of the display like most of the look-alike notch displays. I mean, look at this OnePlus 6. OnePlus could manage a notch display, but this huge chin at the bottom is an eyesore, and it's not true bezel-less, I would say. Apple uses a flexible display which bends at the bottom to make it true bezel-less, and this adds to the price, and OnePlus could not afford that, so we can somewhat justify the pricing of this iPhone XS Max, but of course it should not be more than 1 lakh rupees. I think it could have been 75 or 80,000 rupees. Overall, iPhone XS Max is a one-of-a-kind device, and you have to spend premium on this, and the styling of this phone is very classy, bold. OnePlus 6 also looks dashing from the back with the curved glass, but still, I would say iPhone XS Max looks much more premium. Of course, you can buy 3 OnePlus 6s with the price of an iPhone, but if you think OnePlus 6 is as good as this iPhone XS Max, it's not, both on the exterior and interior, that is the software and the speed of the user interface, the RAM management. Check the description below for the related videos. Now the closest competitor to iPhone XS Max is of course the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, but still XS Max is about 62% pricier than the Samsung flagship. Now despite having a slightly smaller 6.4-inch display, Note 9 is still much bigger than iPhone XS Max, though you get the full view without the notch, which is somewhat annoying to some people, and also the display curves at the sides which makes it truly beautiful, and the finish of this Note Note 9 is as premium as this Apple flagship. In fact, some people might even prefer the Note 9 design. I think Note 9 feels more solid and it's also more stylish, but it's not as ergonomic as this iPhone XS Max because of the big footprint. There is big chin at the bottom and also at the top, so the front look of the iPhone is more modern, sleek and more futuristic. As far as the user experience, speed and the RAM management are concerned, the iOS smartphone offers a slightly smoother experience, especially the battery management is the best in class thanks to the industry-first 7nm Apple A12 Bionic chip. There I have this 9 Plus as well, which is more ergonomic and I think it's the most beautiful Android phone. It's about the same height as this XS Max, slightly thicker and also narrower thanks to the curved display, and I think this Samsung device is the better looking phone this time. But of course the display size is smaller, 6.2 inches. Now it's worth mentioning the Samsung devices comes with WQHD plus resolution displays. The PPI is 529 compared to 458 on the iPhone. Though it doesn't really make a huge difference in naked eyes. Both phones are IP68 certified, water and dust resistant. This year's iPhone can withstand immersion in water up to 2 meters for 30 minutes, which is an upgrade from its predecessor, and also the RAM has been increased from 3GB to 4GB on this iPhone XS and XS Max. As I just mentioned, you also get industry-first 7nm CPU, which is about 50% more power efficient, and the 4-core Apple GPU is about 50% more capable than its predecessor iPhone X. The battery as well as the heat management of this new iPhone is godlike. It's better than the Samsung flagships I have shown you and even the OnePlus smartphone. The display you get is an OLED screen with true tone function, that is, it adapts to ambient lighting to make color consistent in different environments, and though the display is 6.5 inch, I think it's still usable with one hand, though you can go for iPhone XS for the best one-handed experience. This is also of course 3D touch enabled, which I personally find very useful. Here at the top you get the Face ID sensor which 3D maps your face, and it's unlike those face unlock features you have on most of the Android phones nowadays. The primary camera is now slightly wider and the sensor is also bigger than iPhone X. You also get quad LED dual tone flash and a secondary camera with 2x optical zoom. Also with the 7-megapixel selfie camera you can record 60 fps Full HD videos. The bottom houses the stereo speakers, lightning port and the microphone. You must already know iPhone XS and XS Max support QI wireless charging as well. Now let's have a quick look at the left bezel of the phone. You get the separated volume rocker and the profile switch, which is again very useful. The top is kept clean. The secondary microphone has been put into the camera module, and here on the right side you have the power key as well as the SIM card tray. You can use a nano SIM card as well as an eSIM from Jio and Airtel. So this is the first ever Apple device with dual SIM capability. Overall, this year's iPhone XS is a perfected iPhone X, so you can stick to your iPhone X if you have already, but if you want a bigger screen and these added functions, of course you can upgrade. The iOS version out of the box is 12.0, and out of 64GB you get about 52.7GB free for the user. Since there is no SD card slot, I do suggest you to go for the 256GB variant for about 15,000 rupees extra. Overall, this iPhone XS Max is the best phone you can buy right now, but still I cannot justify the pricing. Note 9 is a fine device with almost the same performance and it's much cheaper, and of course it's Android. But it's your money after all. If you want to spend this much money on your smartphone, then definitely this iPhone XS Max is the best phone you can buy. It's better than any other smartphone I have ever used, including Note 9. But once again, it's not value for money and you have to spend more on the accessories like the fast charger. For more storage, you have to pay more. You might also need a 3.5mm adapter and you don't get any case included as well. And lastly, iOS is not as open or as customizable as Android. That's all I have for you in this unboxing and hands-on. I hope that it was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch for more interesting videos.